What's up, YouTube? Guy from Guitar Lessons of Sarasota here. Today I figured I'd talk about some inversions and how to use those, particularly in a praise and worship or post-rock type setting. I'm going to be using the Nashville numbering system, so if you've never heard of that, you don't know the chord numbers, then this lesson is going to be a little bit over your head. I'd recommend doing a little research on that before you try to digest what we're going to talk about here today. So we're going to talk about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 chords and some higher pitch chord tones to use for those, because it can really add some flavor to your playing and the different musical situations you might find yourself in. It definitely beats just echoing the acoustic player with open chords or just using power chords, which can get stale. Also, it adds a nice dynamic, a nice tension to your playing as well. I like to use these a lot of times during build-ups or high points, kind of a release. A lot of times you feel like we're right here, we want to release up here, so that's when I use these. So I'm going to use the key of C because that's the best one to use. So for the 1 chord with this very basic inversion lesson that we're going to do today, it's kind of like a power chord, but higher up, where I guess technically it's a C5, okay? We have our 1 and our 5 of the chord, then the 1 again, which kind of makes this power chord, but we're doing it high up. So 5th fret, G string. And then with the pinky, we're going to bar the 8th fret of the B and the E string, just like this. So that's not technically an inversion, it's more of a C5, but let's not worry about the technical crap here. So, alright. So this applies to any key, but we're just using C. That'd be our 1 chord right there. My 2 is right here. What that is that D minor chord, 7th fret G string, 6th fret B string, and 5th fret E string. Then for our 3 chord, we can slide that whole thing up 2 frets. So let's say 1, 2, 3. It sounds really jazzy the way I'm playing it right now, but it doesn't have to be. Also, you can find your 3 right here, kind of a D hand. And that technically is a real inversion, where the other one's just kind of the tail end of the D minor and the E minor. Our 2 and our 3 there. We're just taking the top 3 notes. But we can use D hands. 2, 3. That D minor hand for those. But I'm trying to keep it basically relatively in the 5th position with this little tip, so yeah, take it for what it's worth. We have our 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so our 4, the most common ones, would be, let's say, a 1, 4, and a 5. My 1s here do a D hand, for the 4, and then slide that up 2 frets for the 5. Okay, and then for your 6, just bar that 5th fret. some new voicings for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can take it anywhere. Let's take it to E. No, that was G. Take it to E. So yeah, add these to your playing, spice it up a little bit. You might actually like it and take it from there. This is just kind of a starting point. You can get very interesting with this kind of stuff. Some other little tidbits that you could do is you could keep your first finger planted on that root. Let's go back to the C. And then if I wanted to add my 4, just place that middle finger down to bring out the root of that 4, which is an F, and still have the 2 C notes here. And add that 4. And that's kind of nice too. It's kind of like slightly leading it on while still maintaining that 1, that root. And then for the 5, sometimes you can do one of these. Here's my 1. For the 5, just bring down that 3rd finger for that G, for the same concept as I was just talking about with the 4. Okay, now with the 5, you can also shift your first finger up a string to the D string and have a full-blown 5 there. The 5 in C is G, so that would be your G5, but kind of a different voicing, a powerful voicing even, right there. So let me do a 1-5 and just give you a little example. So that can get nice and smooth in there as well, and you can also slide that down 2 frets for your 4 if you wanted. Yeah, it can get pretty cool with our 6. 6 is a good one. Just slide into that 4, bringing that 1 finger down, leading into that change. Hope that helps somebody out there. Spice up your playing. It works particularly well in a praise and worship setting, kind of like some Hillsong voicings and whatnot. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments box. If you like the video, feel free to like it. Thanks a lot and have a great day.